What's up, YouTube? Um, so I just want to get on here while I'm in the middle of a supposed to be a 1 mile walk, but we'll see when I get to 1 mile how I'm feeling. Um, so I wasn't gonna post anything until I was able to get back on the range and kind of get back into the swing of going to the gym and actually lifting and actually doing content worthy stuff. But I figured, that would be a while. Simply because I'm 8 weeks post-op of the second surgery, which was just a debridement and a revision, taking out scar tissue, redoing what they call a embryonic membrane. I guess if you want to go look that up, you can look it up, but I'm not going to go too much into detail. But basically, I just had to get it cleaned up and um, restitched and all that kind of stuff. So before the surgery, I guess so. If you're new here, I tore my Achilles back in March of 2024. Had a surgery April 2024. Fast forward, had a second surgery July of this year, 2025. And before the second surgery, about 9 weeks ago, I was at a point where, I just plateaued in recovery. I wasn't getting stronger. The tendon wasn't gaining any mobility. I was in a lot of pain. You could visibly see, where the site of where I was having issues, basically. And I can put up a photo so you guys can kind of see what I was dealing with. And it took me some time to actually find a provider who would listen, who would kind of take the time to kind of understand at least what I was dealing with, and where I was trying to go, if that makes sense. At the point, I wasn't saying I was desperate, but I just got to a point where I was just wanting to get some relief, right? Like everything else after that was just kind of, and mentally non-existent, because I was just trying to get better first at that point. Like I was in that much pain. So now I'm at this point where after 8 weeks, I'm much further than I was before the second surgery. Like I'm able to do things that was extremely painful before, even trying to attempt things like, one leg calf raises. Like that was non-existent before the second surgery. Like I could not, this is a year after the first surgery, a year into quote unquote recovery. I was unable to do a one leg calf raise. So now that I'm here, I'm able to do it with some assistance, but at least I can attempt to do it without being in so much pain. Like there's two types of pain, and that's kind of where I wanted to, go into this conversation a little bit. It's just talking about stress, pain, kind of how you think about it and how your body responds to that kind of stuff. So, it was painful to do the one leg calf raise, but it was a pain that is letting you know that, hey, this is a new movement to the muscle that is weak, that needs time to grow, and it's just your body saying, hey, this is something we have to work towards. We're weak right now, which is kind of how I just mentally think about it and how it feels. The pain previously felt like something's wrong, a stinging, burning, sharp, like, hey, stop doing what we're doing type of pain. So, being able to describe those two types of pain and being where I am right now, yes, it hurts, but it's a feel good hurt. I know that's kind of contradicting to say, but if you kind of know where I'm trying to go with this and trying to say, please comment down below. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but then it's not. Like, the pain is like when you lift a weight, or if you're trying to gain muscle in the gym and you're trying to hit a set of 20, and you feel that burn to let you know you're working and you're getting stronger. It's like that type of thing. But talking about the injury, at this point in time, I'm increasing time and distance on feet. Speed is irrelevant. Like I said, I'm just 8 weeks, and it's uncomfortable. But it's an uncomfortable where it's mentally, I process it as a positive stress. And that is because if I were to think about it as a negative thing, like, oh, well, if it's hurting, that means something's wrong, it's bad. Yeah, it's painful to walk a mile, but maybe we should stop because it hurts. If I allow myself to go down that rabbit hole and think of it that way, the body will physiologically respond in a negative way. Now your body is releasing cortisol, and I mean, your body's going to release cortisol anyway because you're under stress, you're walking, you're raising your heart rate, and that sort of thing. But the way your body tries to heal, it would be a negative way. Like, if I think about it that way, then my body would try to guard the injury. It would try to harden the injury, which in turn creates scar tissue. It creates stiffness, all these other negative things that will basically inhibit where I'm trying to go. So mentally, I'm in this space where, I said I'm increasing time and distance on feet, and speed is irrelevant. And that's coming from a person who enjoyed running, who enjoyed just pushing, enjoyed CrossFit and just pushing, and I enjoy the hard things. So now that I'm having to really just take a step back completely, no choice, it's put me in a space where I have to really understand subconsciously how I'm processing stress. Because I can sit here and say, oh, well, not all stress is bad. Yeah, but how do you really think about stress? How do you really think about pain? And the way, I guess, your body reflects pain and stress is a telltale sign, right? Like, if you, and I can kind of speak for myself personally here, if you go through something that's kind of stressful, hard workout, long day at work, on your feet all day for whatever unexpected reason, that comes, to a point where you wake up the next day and you're groggy, you're irritated, what else? Lack of appetite, probably, feel a little bit heavy. You probably, I don't know, maybe you stepped on a scale and gained 2 pounds. I don't know. Things that just physically express that your body is dealing with stress negatively. That is a reflection of how you think about stress subconsciously as well. It versus telling yourself, I had a long day, but thank God I have the opportunity to have a long day. It's like, time on feet. I was on my feet all day, but I was able to get this, and this done, and it was a positive thing. Or, trying to 25:49. Okay, it's kind of slow, but whatever. Like I said, speed doesn't matter. But just trying to flip the script. I kind of forgot where I was going with that, but thinking about stress differently. Just trying to really, really think about it differently. Like even in the moment when you catch yourself, oh, I gotta do XYZ, like that, you're immediately triggering physiological responses when you speak those things, when you think about those types of responses. Like it I mean, it really comes down to just how you react to whatever external thing it is. And that plays a big role in just how your body responds to stressors. Everything is a stressor. Like the slightest impulse or the slightest whatever creates a reaction. And how you think about everything, anything, it's either going to be left or right. It's either going to be positive or negative. And how you think about those things is what you're going to get. So I just kind of want to come on here and just ramble about that for a while, and just say, if you're going through whatever, like something that is out of your control. I'm not talking about stuff that's in your control. Like you had a hard workout. Okay. That's pain. That is chosen pain in a way. It's not, I don't really care to use this word, but it's not suffering. Suffering is kind of when it's when you're going through something that is out of your control, that has a major impact over your physical health, your mental health, your family, your career, whatever the case may be. It's something that is catastrophic, so to speak. It's a huge turning point in your life, right? Those types of things. Like if you're in that space where you're just unsure if you're actually processing what's happening in a positive or a negative way, I challenge you to just take a second, take a day, take 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and actually just process and think about how you have been reacting to everything that's taken place after the event, right? What I mean is, okay, ever since the event, how did you respond to your daily activities? Like if something happened to you that creates pain, right? How did you respond to having to wash dishes? How did you respond to having to take a phone call when you were trying to rest? How did you respond to having to walk your dog, but you're limited in mobility, or whatever case may be? Like, really just think about what your immediate response to these things are. And I say that because you would be surprised at the amount of unnecessary stress you have been allowing into your life, or into this new version of yourself after the catastrophic event. You will be surprised. And I think that will also help you to start to flip the script, and hopefully it will push you forward in where you're trying to recover to. Like if you're just trying to get better at whatever it is, I think that is a perfect start to that journey, that process. But that's enough about me rambling about that. I guess I can say it's been a daily challenge to do that for myself, me personally, because I can say that I want to just wake up and just go. Like that's what I'm used to. I'm used to just waking up and getting after it. There hasn't really been a point in my life where I have not been able to do that. When it's my choice, put it that way. And now that, that's not possible. I won't say that's not possible, but it's not smart right now. Like, I have to allow myself space to really recover, and not just physically. This is a mental challenge. This is what I can say is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to deal with. It's different. It's different from, you have an unknown amount of miles to run by your coach. This is different. And as I was saying, allowing myself the space to just really heal. And also, this is maybe, like I said, maybe you're going through something that you need to hear someone else kind of share their thoughts and how they've been dealing with it. I was just gonna say that I tried just doing some at home quote unquote renovations, and did some yard work, and I thought it was going to be an easy task, something, I go, okay, let's try to move my body a little bit. It's different, it's something passive, was what I thought. Turns out it took me almost a week and a half to recover from that. And it was just cutting branches and, with cutting branches off the bushes and whatever case may be. Like, it was very passive. Something I thought would have been just an easy day, good to be on my feet, blah, blah, blah. That was not the case. That turned out to be a workout. A workout that should have been cut in half, and I probably, to be honest, I probably shouldn't have done it. But just thinking about that now, it's just a reminder. Like, after that day, it was, I should have let somebody else do it. I shouldn't have, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And now that I'm, here speaking about it, I should have been just kind of in the space where it's like, okay, if it starts to hurt, if your body swells after this injury is now in a space of relearning everything. This is new for your body, basically. Now that I'm here, the old me, yes, I would have, ran through that activity like it was just a walk in the park. But now that I'm here, the leg, the injury, it's relearning. It's having to re-inoculate to stress, basically. And that's okay. Like, hindsight 2020, yeah, that day was tough, but it was stress that was good for, the recovery of the leg, whatever the case would be. And now it's like, okay, let's take it further, but backwards. I'm used to running. I'm used to a lot of miles. That's what I'm used to. Now, since this is basically a new space, a new leg, blah, 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 just a mile is a lot. Like, right now I'm at 1.5 miles. And I think that is because I've put myself in the space of having to, take baby steps. It's baby steps. Like, did I want to come out here and just start running? Sure. Would I rather run a 1/2 mile? Sure. But I know that it's not ready for that. Why? Because it's consistency over time. And it's how I'm processing this new stress. Like, if I don't give myself this space, the capacity to deal with the The what am I trying to say? Like, okay, going from point A to point B, or point A to Z. I don't want to jump from A to Z. Why? Because I have not given myself the space to even inoculate, to I haven't given myself the capacity to know how to deal with B, C, D, E, F, G, all of the in between. So it's taking the time to just, okay, let's go to A, let's go to B, let's go to C. It's the uphill, the grind, I guess, that matters right now. And I'm okay with that. I'm taking my time. I'm learning to, or I have learned to just come down and just work at A. Okay. Once we are comfortable, once we are okay with that, let's work at B. Let's stay at B for a while. Let's stay at B. Let's make sure we are mentally ready to go to C. It's not at this point. It's not about physical. It's really not. It's mental. And mentally, yeah, I know all this stuff. I've been here, done it, blah blah blah. But at the same time, revisiting these things is very important. And I do believe that, stuff like this also translates. It translates into everything else. Like me being consistent out here, is I guess a reflection of how I want to be consistent, tapping in with you guys. So that's kind of why I decided to pick up the camera and just kind of talk about, stress, pain, good stress, bad stress, good pain, bad pain, and how you respond to whatever it is, and just kind of give you insights of what I got going on. This is kind of different, but all things are different in the beginning until you apply yourself and just try it and see where it goes. I don't know, you guys might like the I guess the downtime discussions, versus always seeing me on the range or in the gym or something active. This is a little bit different, and yeah, but I have a sauna appointment here in the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna go get in the sauna. Like, I'm at 1.6 miles now, like, which the other day a mile was like, that was a lot. Now I'm at 1.6 and I've been on my feet 40 minutes. So it's just things like that, man. It's like it's also taking the wins. I know, like, I know I'm just kind of like, I almost have them all over the place, but it's taking the wins, y'all. Like, accepting the little things as wins matters. Like, I used to be bad at that. I really used to be bad at that. I really used to just be like, oh, you're supposed to do that. Like, you're capable. That's easy for you. Why are you celebrating that? Celebrate something bigger. That's nothing. Now it's appreciating the small steps. Like, appreciate your body for what it's capable of doing, and the little things. Walking. Like, walking 1.6 miles for me right now is a blessing. Am I a little bit uncomfortable? Yes. But that is the part in me that's saying, yes, it's uncomfortable. It's supposed to be, and you're progressing. It's getting used to what you're doing. There's a word for that, and I'm trying to think of the word for it, but I can't think of it right now. But I don't know. It's like I have so much joy. I have so much to be thankful for in this moment. Just by walking, I'm at 1.7, so we'll see. If I get to 2 miles, I'll be happy. But I'm ecstatic with 1.7 right now. But anyway, I have a sauna appointment in the next 10-15 minutes anyway, and after that I'll do a little cold plunge, do a lot of mashing on the joints and the muscles in the sauna. That's always good for recovery, especially if you got, if your body has laid down scar tissue, or if your body inflames really easy for whatever reason. It's good for that as well. But yeah, you guys take care. I'm gonna see where I am in the next 10 minutes. If I'm at 2 miles, I'll check back in. Maybe if I'm not, I'm at 1.75 now, and I'm happy with that. And yeah, it's taking the wins. All stress isn't bad stress. All pain isn't bad pain. It's how you think about it, how you process it, that translates into whether it turns, good or bad, and just how you think about all that stuff. But I'm no psychologist or anything. I just had a aha moment or moments past couple of days, and I just kind of wanted to share those aha moments and thoughts. But see you guys next video. I don't know if the next time you guys see me will be on the range or doing some cool workout. If it is, cool. If it's not, I'll check back in with you guys another couple of days or whatever, and I hope you guys are doing well with the change of weather. It's been great. It's not hot. It feels good. It's nice out here. But it's enough of me rambling. You guys have a good one. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and like, because that helps the channel grow. I know you guys hear that from every other YouTuber, but it does matter. But like I said, you guys have a good one. Peace.